Hey guys, Jeremiah here. Welcome to my annual greenhouse tour. So I usually try and do one each year. This one is a little bit later than usual, but I figured you would like to see it nonetheless. So as we come on in, I will turn you guys around. Here we got a large Saracenia. We have Royal Ruby right there, Deep Throat next to it. Here are some really nice Wilkerson White Knight crossed with a Hurricane Creek White 1x2. This is a beautiful Royal Ruby Hybrid. Back over here, Mesa Exotics crossed with Flava Ornata. Leo Wilkerson and Leukophila Titan off in that corner. And if you remember, 1/3 of this greenhouse is set up for temperate carnivorous plants. So some of my favorite Saracenia. We have stuff like MF POS. This is a relatively new arrival from Trey, also along with Crackling Rose. Wakama is still holding on strong, but being a flava, it's definitely started to fade a little bit. As we move on down, this is the one and only Ellie Wang. Also a very new arrival for me, but it should be spectacular. This one here, it's just a really nice one. This is one from Trey Hall. It's known as Oliver Flynn. Right behind it is Dante's Inferno. Then we have Chaos right there, Hurricane Creek White F, Saracenia Flava F88 from Mike King. Then we have Hank. That's kind of a cool one from Saracenia Northwest. Okay, we'll kind of keep going around the side here. Look at the size of this Leukophila. I mean, it is just massive. This one is known as Huge White with a little bit of pink. So as you can see, the old one does have a little bit of pink. Then down this side, another really nice Mike Wang. I believe that's Thick Neck. Yep, Thick Neck. And then Original Yellow is right there. Then this is a really nice Alata. This clone is from Lois, and it is a really tall one. Back in this corner, we have Wilkerson White Knight down by this. A couple really nice Leuko clones. I think one is Live Oak Creek. A couple are Dan Winter plants. Then we have Flava Bronze crossed with Copper Top number 16 from Drew Martinez. Here's another really nice Royal Ruby, Reptilian Rose. As we come on around, there's Aries down in the corner there. A lot of black crossed with Flava Ornata. Let's see what else we've got here that is worth showing off. Chaos again, it just never gets old. This is a really nice Miroslav hybrid. It's PO1 crossed with Adrian Slack number 10, and holy cow, definitely one of my favorites. Metallicized, right back here, has that nice kind of crown of thorns style lip. I think this is an open pollinated Moriah. A couple really nice Leukophilas here. And this is a Flava F, what is that, 137? F137 is still holding strong. A couple nice red-throated Moriahs here. As we move on around, a couple of these I already told you what they were, but that Royal Ruby is just classic. Black Widow is off in this corner, but looks super nice right now. A few more little seedlings here. There's what is this one? Brown Sugar. Really nice Moriah. Come on around. This is one that I was calling Shylab's Lair. Gets a really dark underside, and then has this nice like white top. It's a Titan crossed with a Black Widow. Here's a Prometheus crossed with purple lips. Got this one from Carson a little while back. And here's Peaches right there, that's doing solid. Then every year I plant one different clone in this pot. Last year was Groon, this year is Bimbo. Just a really nice, large, I would consider it almost like a B52. Maybe not quite as big for me, but not bad at all. Then onward we have Blood Moon right there, that's super dark. This one, I forget what it is. SOP 06. Yeah, with that red throat. Here's a Mike Wang Luke. This is a Washington County one. Then here is kind of my work area. These are new arrival Venus Flytraps. So almost all of these I've got within the last 6 months or so. Some interesting ones. Red Dentata. That one is really nice. I think it came from Maggie. Goliath, Flytrap Store Towering Giant. This is Giant Clam, which is coming along really good. MD Butt Cheeks, that's a classic. Green Jaws Fantasia. There we have Destruction. What else interesting? Shere Khan, that's a super cool one from Green Jaws. Moving right along, Giant Werewolf. Oh, this is Wine Mouth. I get a lot of requests for it. Still small, but coming along pretty good. And we have stuff like Jolly Joker, Pac-Man, and then I've just started to collect first batch of Saracenia hybrid seed. So you look in here, this one is Titan as the mother plant. And what is that? Oh, Vampire Queen as the dad. So that one will be interesting for sure. And then we have some other interesting one. Here's Green Jaws Rose, Green Jaws Giant Shark, Green Jaws Butterfly, if it focuses. And there we go. Then we have some other Explosion, Green Jaws Giant, Werewolf, Frilled Werewolf, Brass Knuckles, Pink Champagne, Stegosaurus from Fayetteville Fly Traps. Martha's Lips is coming along. And a whole bunch of other goodies here. As you can tell, I like all the different varieties of fly traps. Then we've got some more kind of new arrival or new hybrid Saracenia. This one is known as Frog Porn. Definitely an interesting one, I believe from Italy. Then a really nice dark fuzzy Alata. A couple of these really nice Rosia and Chipotle Giant. This one is the Dr. Clone. It's one of the biggest pictures I've ever seen on a Purpurea-like thing. And I just love these like squat ones. And what is that one? Another Berkei Betts. So then this is a couple seedlings that I've raised myself. We'll see which ones make the cut. I know some Purple Lips, Saurus, something along those lines. Here's one that I'm calling Titan Black Widow Clone 2. So this is a sibling of Shylab's Lair. It's very, very different. I don't know which I actually like better, but this one doesn't even have a working name yet, but it's coming along pretty cool. Here's another really nice one. This one was from Fred P. originally, but I just love that white top with that kind of orange color. And then we have, what is this, Hurricane Creek White E. That's coming along. Then we have my Propagation Fly Traps. And just some really nice stuff here. This one is Spider. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of traps right there. Mostly stuff that you've already seen. These are kind of the extra ones to sell. A couple really nice Crimson Sawtooth there. As we come on around, a couple Drosophilum. They need to be up potted, but haven't had time to do that. Then as we cross on over, you can see this whole bench here. A couple really nice Mitchellana hybrids I got from Kirk Simpson a while back. Let's see, what are they? Purple Lips crossed with Tatnall, or Purple Lips Mesa Exotics crossed with Tatnall. I think Phil originally did these, but I got them from Kirk and they're spectacular. Judatip Soper, that's a pretty sweet one. And I guess we'll go down this side first. I'll get a few last fall pictures on this Moriah. I think this one's John David King. Yep, John David King. Had some huge pictures on it earlier in the year. Man, and then this beautiful is one of the black veins from Mike Wang. This is an F3, so it's one of his, I think, newer releases on that. Then we have, this one's working name is Watercolors. Just beautiful. As we move on down, I think this is a, what is it? Reptilian Rose crossed with Luke Pale. Just spectacular. Ooh, and this right now is a new arrival for Luke. It's, I think, Wide Mouth. What is it? Pretty White crossed with Solid White. Another Mike Wang plant, but man, at this size, it's just spectacular. As we go up here, this is the Goldie. I got this one from Mike King a little while back. So it is F257, I believe. Yep, and it has a nice gold color. Here's another really nice Alba clone. I believe this one was originally grown by Christian Klein, but holy cow, that's looking good. And here's a Reptilian Rose crossed with Purple Lips. I believe this one is clone 8. Just gets a really nice color there. Okay, as we kind of move on around, we have, wow, this is, I think, Rudolph II. It has really nice red traps. And we'll move on to the other side. Keep on going. Again, these are probably about a month past their prime, but overall, still looking pretty good. Here's a killer perp. This is an open pollinated Dylan Judeman number 5, and holy cow, that's just beautiful. This one here is, oh, a really nice one I got from Steve Galick. This is a Waccamaw Self number 16. So have some really nice colors on that. And then look at this one. I'm loving those colors. It is Hot Lips crossed with Berry Pastry. Here's a really nice John Hummer plant. And moving on around. What else do we got here? That's a pretty cool Luke there. There's one I originally got as a Hurricane Creek White. I mean, I don't know about that, but it's not a bad Luke. Now, this is one of my favorite clones of the Wilkerson White Knight crossed with Hurricane Creek, clone 1-2, and is really nice. This is a Adrian Slack crossed with, what is it? I think it's Royal Ruby. And got a couple of those guys, and they all just are gems. Look at that. And then as we can come around, another nice little Waccamaw here. Again, still looking pretty good for a Flava. A Polaris, I think it is. I can't grab the tag right now. New arrival for me, so not as spectacular as it will be yet, but not bad. Then I'm a Saracenia. Has some really nice size pictures. They give a nice fuzziness to their offspring, it would appear. And this one is known as Santa Clara. It's a Saurus crossed with Adrian Slack clone. Originally bred by Phil, and I got this one from Carson a little while back, and holy cow, it is just spectacular. This one is a Hurricane Lake White. Stays pretty white all throughout its growing season. Just beautiful there. And then as we come on around, we have some more Reptilian Rose hybrids. I think this one is, what is this? Leukophila Oreo, actually. So then some of the Reptilian ones, they're kind of done, but they're right behind it. I think this one is a King Cobra hybrid. Let's look. Bengal Tiger Hot Lips, so not King Cobra, but has some really nice veins to it. As we move on around, this Luke is just killing it again. This is another Mike Wang plant. It is, what is it? Baldwin County White Abanax. Something along those lines, but holy cow, it's beautiful. Then a nice white Mike Wang minor. Relatively new arrival here, so I wouldn't say it's at its best. This is one of his Charleston, Georgia varieties. Then as we move on around, ooh, this Leukophila is just spectacular. It's a Drew Martinez. I think it's like pink crossed with hot pink. Let's see. Pink crossed with red, somewhere around there. This is the Red Stripe L111 from Mike King. And man, I just love these two. Their contrast is spectacular. Okay, squeeze through here. On this side, we have S75. This is a Phil hybrid. Has probably more parents in it than you can imagine, but just is looking pretty nice. Ooh, and this one's a super famous one. It's a Ruby Joyce crossed with a Lotta, I believe number 14 from Mike King. And as you can see, this is what the pictures look like when they first open, but then as they fade, look at what you get. That's really nice. And then maybe my favorite Luke in the collection is this one. It's Wilkerson Red Rocket crossed with Hurricane Creek F. Clone number 1. Danny Powell originally bred this one and got it from Carson a little while back. And it's spectacular, I would say 7 months out of the year. I mean, it is just really, really nice. Then we have this Vietnamese Treasure right next to it that is still holding strong, and look at that shape. Then as we move on around this side, this was one of my biggest pictures of the summer. This is Elizabeth Aiden, also from Mike King. Still getting a couple like fall pictures on it. Not quite the same size, but not bad at all. Okay, moving on around, seeing what else catches my eye. Here's a really nice one from Lois. It is an Oreo Hybrid, Lois number 8, I believe. Let's see. That one, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up, but solid plant. Then we have this huge monster right here, just about to open. It's a Purple Lips crossed with Leah Wilkerson. And wow, that's gonna be spectacular. We have Pink Eye back here. It's always a fun one because it is a pretty unique color. And even as they age, they start off kind of this nice green color and then turn this nice pink. Then we have a few more Saurus crossed with Adrian Slack, I believe. That shape on that guy is, I just love it. As we come around, this is the Moriah Phil's clone number 2. Definitely a solid grower. Pictures have faded a little bit, but not bad at all. This one is a really nice hybrid from Miroslav. I just call it PO1, but it is named after a king in Czech from probably, what, the 1500s, somewhere around there. Definitely need help pronouncing that one. There's a really nice white Luke. I think it's an Alba. This one's L127, also from Mike. Then as we kind of turn around here, here's a nice tall red Moriah. This one is a really dark Moriah and has a nice shape to that lid. You might have seen some of these from the other side, but back over there is Titan. It's a huge plant. Then we have that really nice hybrid from Phil, Mace Exotics, Flava Ornata. Then up front here, this is a nice Dan Winter Luke. As we move on around, Purple Lips crossed with Royal Ruby. Holy cow. My goodness, that's nice. Okay, we'll keep coming on around. Oh man, this one is actually a relatively new arrival from Anthony Moore. Let me see what this guy is. It is Super Heavy Veins crossed with Mace Exotics. I believe it's clone 11 or the select clone, but this one, look at that. It keeps that beautiful long white lid, and then the picture shape is not bad at all. Thanks so much for that one, Anthony. Then here's a really big Hurricane Creek Luke. I think this is the Wes Buckner clone. If I'm correct, let's see. Yep, it is very solid. Then here is a massive Escambia County Leukophila. Definitely my biggest picture of the year. This one maxed out at around 42 inches. I'll step back so you can get a full view of that. Just to give you an idea, that's Saracenia Saurus right behind it. So Saurus is a big plant for me, but this one is even just a little bit taller this year, and it is just coming into its own right now. And here's the Phil Minor Giant. Look at all those pictures. I love how they're all facing inward. Well, I think that is a pretty good overview. Let me take a step back. That's what my Saracenia benches are looking like. These are in my Highland. I would consider it my Highland house, but they do pretty good in here. Just maybe a little bit more humid than they would probably like. They will start going dormant here at the end of this month, probably end of October actually. And then I'll get flowers usually somewhere middle of February, something like that. But I'm glad y'all could come on for a greenhouse tour. I'll be right back and I'll get you the Nepenthes side, but I'll keep these at about half an hour a piece. Man, it is just a wonderful, wonderful time to be in the greenhouse. Thanks so much. Give it a like and a thumbs up if you want, but if you don't, it doesn't matter to me. We'll see y'all soon. Ciao.